As if times aren't tough enough for people who are living on the edge, now comes this. The Emergency Food Assistance Program that happened during the coronavirus lockdowns will soon be canceled.
Which means that following in the month of April, those retroactive payments or the money that comes in is no longer going to be present for households or for individuals.
It may be hard to believe, but right now in San Diego County, 1 out of 4 people are considered food insecure. That means they don't have enough money to put food on the table and pay rent. Now thousands of families will be struggling even more.
230,000 households. On average, that means that each household is going to be hit with about $200 per month loss in funding that is directed toward purchase of food. That's per month.
Yeah.
That's $4.6 million a month in San Diego County.
During the coronavirus lockdowns, millions of people who received food assistance from the state were given 2 payments every month instead of 1. That extra payment was designed to make up for lost wages for those who lost their jobs. Each one of those people will now lose between $100 and $250 every month for food assistance they came to rely on.
These benefits were terminated in order to help cover the cost of a lunch program or other federal program that is going to be initiated come this summer that will affect primarily children.
According to the San Diego Hunger Coalition, this loss of benefit will mean the loss of 8 million meals every month in San Diego County. Obviously, the neighborhoods with the lowest income will be hit the hardest.
You have other expenses that you have to make, and I say have to make, because your landlord is not going to say you can only pay 90% of your rent and let you continue your lease. So people are making decisions on what is it that I can cut back on.
There is no way that local charities could possibly fill this gap as it stands today, especially at Feeding San Diego, which relies on private donations for about 80% of their income, with only 20% coming from the government.
We're going to be depending on foundations, philanthropic organizations, and people like you and myself to help our neighbors along.
You know, unlike a lot of charities and nonprofits here at Feeding San Diego, they don't rely on a lot of government money. In fact, 75 to 80% of the money that they raise is from private donations and corporations, which means that right now it is extremely important for anybody who can help out to write a check for whatever you can do or become a member and continuously give a donation to Feeding San Diego. They don't get a lot of government money. Most of it is privately raised, so this is a critical time for Feeding San Diego and for the hundreds of thousands of people who rely on Feeding San Diego to put a meal on their table. We're out in front of Feeding San Diego right now. Dan Plant, KUSI News.